Welcome, believers. Welcome to another edition of Everything Weird, Nothing Normal. Today, I want to talk about the Chile copper mine photos. It's a fantastic photo. It's great. It's great. It's got a lot going for it. It's not as good as the Heflin photos or the Kent photos. And I talked about those on previous episodes of Everything Weird, Nothing Normal. That's the Heflin photo. There you go. Keep it there for a couple of seconds. Right, and that's the Kent photo. If you haven't watched my videos, go and check them out. Go and subscribe to Everything Weird, Nothing Normal, and you can keep up to date. Okay, now this one, I'm going to put it behind me right there, is the Chile copper mine photo. It was taken by 4 experts who were working in the mine. I mean, they were proper clever guys. Okay, so 4 experts, 2 photos. I will tell the story and you can make your mind up from there. Okay, it starts with the government office investigating UFOs in Chile has released an analysis of 2 high-quality photos showing what appears to be genuine unidentified flying objects above a remote copper mine. The office, known as CIFA, that is Committee for the Study of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena, and I'll keep it up there, all right, is located within the Ministerial Department of the Civil Aeronautics, the equivalent of our FAAA. Under the jurisdiction of the Chilean Air Force, it is responsible for the analysis of selected reports of unexplained aerial phenomenon in Chilean airspace, most of them from pilots and aviation personnel. Now, that would suggest there's been other sightings and other reports, wouldn't it? Because they've got themselves a little group together. The photos were taken at the copper mine more than 14,000 feet above sea level in the Andean Plateau in the far north of Chile, an extremely remote location with low oxygen levels and usually clear skies. The area is desolate and inhospitable. The mine produces copper concentrate, copper cathodes and molybdenum concentrate from the 3 open pit deposits. Okay, and there's a photo there for you, all right, just to give you a feeling of the copper mine. Right. Now, as I said, there's 4 witnesses. They witnessed a dish-shaped object which approached slowly and was present for more than an hour, moving around in different positions and hovering at about 2,000 feet. One technician took pictures with his Xenox Samsung S860 camera. The strange object made no sound and eventually moved away towards the east. Now, this is a common occurring thing, isn't it? They never make a sound. The witnesses decided not to tell anybody because of the negative associations they have had with UFO sightings, and therefore had every intention of always keeping the sightings private. Now, that would suggest there's been more sightings around that copper mill. People have told people and they have been ridiculed for it. But some months later, the photographer casually showed the picture to his chief engineer of the mine. I reckon they're having a few drinks. Oh, look at this, look what I've seen. Now, the chief engineer asked for copies. The engineer sent the images to CIFA in February and provided the agency with information reported to him by the witness. He too, though, had requested anonymity. Don't tell him it was me. Don't tell him it was me. Now, Chile's meteorological office at the DGAC confirmed that there was an absolute clear sky at the time and there was no possibility of clouds. All other meteorological phenomena have been ruled out by Chilean officials as a possible explanation. So look at the photo. That don't look like a cloud, does it? Well, I suppose it does look like a cloud, really. Now you can't think of it. But it's not a cloud. It's not a cloud. So CIFA officials told me that they determined that there was no drones operating near the mine. People in the zone knew about drones anyway. Josie Lay, International Affairs Director of CIFA, said that fishing companies use drones, but they make a lot of noise. This was definitely not a drone. DGAC officials also ruled out any experimental aircraft, planes, weather balloons, or anything else that explained the incident. So CIFA have said that it's not a plane, it's not an experimental plane, it's not a drone, and it's not a weather balloon. Now, if it was Project Blue Book, they'd have said it was swamp gas. So, much more credible. With all conventional explanations are limited, the CIFA staff determined that the photos were worthy of analysis. The results of this study conducted by a leading CIFA analysis that the DGA Meteorological Office was released on July the 3rd. The report stated that the witness described the phenomena as a flat disc with brilliant colours, with a diameter of 5 to 10 metres, 16 to 32 feet. It performed ascending, descending and horizontal movements in short lengths, about 600 metres above the ground. So, the witnesses had the impression that the object was definitely under, should we say, intelligent control. Intelligent control. Now, I'm going to put a photo there, all right? I'll put the photo there. This is the blown up version for you, all right? It's the close-up of the object in the sky. It says the first image enhanced shows a solid image reflecting the sunlight. It adds that the object could be emitting its own energy due to the high temp shown in the picture as black. Now, I've tried to find that picture and I can't find it at the moment, but there is an image out there and it shows the same image as what I've got there, but there's a little blackness in the middle, you know, that's obviously taken by a high temp camera, you know, that there's a little black, what would suggest it's producing some sort of heat. This photo, and I will put it there, shows the craft in a different area, so it goes from one part of the sky to the other. The study concludes that it is an object of phenomenon of great interest and it can be qualified as a UFO. So there you go, right? So CIFA has had a study, it had a look, and they can't come up with any other conclusion. Now, the South American media had shown great interest in these images. In the US, retired Navy physicist Bruce Maccabee, a well-known photo analyst, has this to say about the photos. He says, in the second image, there appears to be a very bright hemispherical shape convex downwards, possibly a UFO enveloped in a cloud of vapour. He notes that additional data is needed to determine more, but it is clear that the object moved a considerable distance between the two photos. And I'm going to put that photo there now. You can see there's a little convex, okay? And that's what he's saying could be a cloaked ship in vapour. Now, he also says this is clearly not a normal thing. It's not a bird, it's not a plane. That makes it either a UFO or a hoax. It doesn't appear to be a hoax, although the inability to question witnesses just reduce the credibility. Certainly in this case anyway. So it's sad that nobody will come forward. It is indeed unfortunate that the 4 witnesses have not been willing to speak to the authorities. Who could guarantee them anonymity? But even so, these images are important because they were studied by a government agency with access to pertinent information needed for a proper analysis. That in itself is unusual. I commend the CIFA for taking in cases such as this, the experts that conducted a series of investigations and then released the information to the public with no reservations about acknowledging the possible existence of a UFO that is warranted. So what they're saying is well done to the Chilean government. The British or the American wouldn't have done that, I don't think. So, what do you think? The Chile copper mine photo. I think it's really cool. I think it's a UFO, personally. But look, my little channel was all about discussion. Please, comment. And if you can find any more information out on it, then come back to me. Let's have a chat. And also, like and subscribe. So, you'll get a ping when I do a new one. Now, I am going to do a new one. The one I'm going to do is another photo. It's quite a famous one. It's a Scottish one. But I will run that by next week. All right. Well, look, thanks for tuning in. And remember, everything weird, nothing normal.